guys, it's HMK once again. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Anyways, if you're part of the little hectic force in my subscriber base, you did not read this video wrong. Yes, it's a video about Five Nights at Freddy's, the recent horror extravaganza. Anyways, if you guys didn't know, I'm a huge fan of this game. I really am. And this channel is usually known for Nintendo, Super Smash Bros., Legend of Zelda, and Kingdom Hearts. But I'm trying to break out of that shell for a number of reasons, what I'll reveal very soon. But anyways, Five Nights at Freddy's, I adore this game. Not because of the reason why everyone loves this game, you know, the jump scares and the creepy animatronics and the Chuck E. Cheese XQ type madness. But I love it for its rich lore. It's in-depth lore that you have to find for yourself through the pieces and parchments of the games. You know, I am a huge lorist, if that's right, lorist, lore fan, lore studier, game lore. Anyways, I study game lore of all types of games, but usually I only, you know, partake and show you guys my lore expertise on Legend of Zelda and Kingdom Hearts and Super Smash Bros. But I'm trying to get into the groove of showing you guys more, and including Freddy's Fazbear Pizzeria. Anyways, why do I love this game so much? Before I get into what the real meat of this video is about, I love this game because I'm not a kid. I'm not a young guy. I have some years on this earth. So when I was young, I used to go to Chuck E. Cheese's a lot. And yo, when I used to crawl under the curtains to see those animatronics just sitting there on the stage, honestly, I thought that was the scariest shit ever. I was creeped out by those animatronics. And even the guy in the suit, I'm like, yo, keep that Chuck E. Cheese freak away from me. But the animatronics are scary for me. So for a game to, like, you know, pounce on something like that, I'm like, damn, this looks pretty damn fun. So I got the first Five Nights at Freddy's. I had played it, and I got scared shitless. I honestly have nightmares to this day of that certain animatronics, like Bonnie and Freddy and Foxy. Chica, I'm not scared of Chica that much. I mean, it's a bird. Birds aren't, well, I mean, Chica, whatever bird that is, a duck, a chicken. It's not really that much of a predator or anything. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, I was creeped out by this game, and I played Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you guys didn't know, if you guys played Five Nights at Freddy's and don't really study much on it, it does have this underlying huge amount of lore and a concrete story which transcends all three games. And if you guys don't know the story, let me lay it on you. You play as a security guard, a different security guard for each game, in a different venue of Freddy's Fazbear. But in the third game, you play in the Fazbear's Fright, scary attraction, whatever. And the first two games, you play different pizzerias. And the timeline goes, it goes by Freddy Fazbear, I keep calling it that. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, then Five Nights at Freddy's 3. That's the timeline. Now, the basic story is that you play as a security guard, and you have to, you know, you're the night watch. And you have to make sure that you live, and make sure the place is okay, because you are the security guard night watch. The place is okay, it doesn't burn down, and the animatronics come to life at night. Apparently they explain it by, oh, they don't have a real night mode, and they have to wander around, and or their bolts will get, you know, cranked up, and they have to loosen up. And Freddy Fazbear's 2, I keep calling it that. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, they have to roam around because they don't turn off at night, and they have to go where the noise is because that's where the people are, and they have to, you know, entertain the people or whatever. And yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 3. And it's a very, very, very different thing. But as we continue throughout the games, you have to survive Five Nights at Freddy's. And they will try to kill you if they reach your office. It's a point-and-click game. And the thing I love about the game like this is that the feeling of panic that gets instilled into your being. You cannot move. You cannot get up. Some games you have a limited power supply. You have to check every room, and seeing them move from place to place without actually moving, they're just like, you know, hopping from one place to one place, and then just knowing that they're coming for you, and you have to like save your power, and you have to survive each night, and each night is more atrocious than the last. I love games like that, honestly. So, and the fact that Foxy actually runs, you can actually see him running to kill you, and if you don't act fast, you will die. So the animatronics in the first game will try to stuff you in a Freddy Fazbear suit, which will kill you. Will stuff your eyes out, and the game over screen is pretty damn gnarly and stuff. And in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, they just kill you because they think you're a bad person, whatever. And there's like 11 animatronics in that game. That's crazy. And Five Nights at Freddy's 3, I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. So why do these things, act up? The reasons are like, oh yeah, they act up because, they don't have an off mode and they have to move around. That's bullshit. The reason why is that it's come to light now, but the little pieces and pieces have been, progressively been shown off in each game. But since the first game, there was a story in the original Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria. There was a murder thing going around where 5 kids disappeared and died. Apparently allegedly some guy who wore a Freddy Fazbear suit or an animatronic suit or some suit or whatever lured 5 kids to the back of the pizzeria and killed them. Yikes. So then apparently he took the 5 kids and stuffed them into animatronic suits. Each of the animatronic suits. Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy. And the 5th kid being stuffed into the Golden Freddy, which is genius, by the way. If you don't know what Golden Freddy is, apparently he's like some sort of glitch, not really, glitch in the game where he just shows up, he teleports in your room and he kills you and crashes your game in the first one. Whatever. So they get stuffed into the suits. And then days go by and parents start complaining about the animatronics, how they're bleeding, leaking blood and mucus through their nose and eye cavities, and they smell like rotten flesh and look like reanimated corpses. So the thing is, what's basically accepted among everybody is that the souls of these kids, and it's confirmed in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, whatever, the souls of these kids are the ones possessing these 5 animatronics and are out to kill you. But why are they trying to kill you when you're not the killer? Is the killer still even alive? Well, later on in the games, you found out the killer is known as this guy called the Purple Man or the Purple Guy through 8-bit death minigames in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and you finally find out that he is a true killer and he's doing stuff in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. He's still the Purple Guy. Now, at one point throughout the games, the Purple Guy does show to have a badge in the 8-bit minigames, so it's commonly thought that the Purple Guy was a security guard at one point in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and he had some sick, demented, I don't know if he was a child killer or a child rapist or whatever, he had some sort of demented thing about it. He was always smiling, beady white eyes and stuff, and he took pleasure in killing kids, which is fucked up, and we don't know how many kids he's killed, or whatever. So, that's maybe the reason why these animatronics kill you, because they remember their killer as a security guard, a night watcher, a security guard officer, or whatever, and that's what you are. You are a security guard, and that's why probably these animatronics are coming to kill you, because their souls are restless, and the last thing they remember is getting killed by a security guard, and they're killing all security guards or whatever, and that's what happens in each Freddy Fazbear. I keep calling it that, why? Each Five Nights at Freddy's game, except for the third one, which I'll get to. So then, each game goes by and more secrets get revealed. Now, in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, the first 2 games take place way in the past. Like the 80s, early 90s, whatever. Now, in Freddy's Fazbear, Five Nights at Freddy's 3, it takes place around our own time, like 2013, 2014, whatever, our own time. Where, Five Nights at Freddy's Fazbear Pizza was a thing of the past, and now we're in an attraction made to jump on the whole horror thing about the legend of the 5 killed kids and the animatronics that came to life and killed people, blah 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 blah. So then we found out that the game only has one animatronic, which is known as Springtrap, which many believe to be a kind of pseudo or a prototype Bonnie that was decommissioned. The reason why it was decommissioned is because it was not only an animatronic, but it also worked as a suit where you can push the spring parts aside from the animatronics and actually jump in the suit. So if you didn't want to be an animatronic, if you wanted to be more fluid or whatever, you can have a human in there and just hey guys, welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But the thing is, the springs were kind of faulty and stuff, and if you breathe on them, your breath or your spit kind of lubricate the springs, and any sudden movements will clamp the springs in place, killing the person. Hence the name Spring Trap. Now that thing has since been like decommissioned and thrown into a closet somewhere, and the crazy guy who made the Fazbear's Fright attraction was able to find it because he's trying to find all these relics and put it into his Fright attraction. So he was able to find Spring Trap, and that's the only animatronic that it has. Everything else is like shells and empty heads of the old animatronics and stuff, like old cassette tapes and drawings and little bobbleheads and stuff, but that's the only animatronic that they have. However, the place is haunted with the phantoms of certain animatronics from the past, such as Phantom Foxy, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Chica, Phantom BB, Phantom Mangle, and Phantom Puppet. So, yeah, they scare you, they jump scare you, but they don't kill it because they're phantoms. They're not really like whatever. So, and the reason why they look so messed up is because like the previous place burned down. So like the last time they were actually like put together, they're all like charred and stuff, which adds to the fear, which is great. But Spring Trap is the only one that can kill you. But the thing is, that's weird about Spring Trap is that he moves pretty fluently. Well, then it's revealed in the 8-bit mini games outside of the actual game in Freddy Fazbear. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I'm just going to keep calling it Freddy Fazbear 2, whatever. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. You find out at the end of the game that the purple guy, he was confronted with the 5 spirits of dead children that he killed. And then to hide or wherever, he jumped into Spring Trap. And then he got up and he's like, ha, ah, ah, ah. And then Spring Trap, like I said, crushed him by all the springs activating, place to place, like, and killed him, right? So he's dead. The killer is dead. Spring Trap has the remains of the purple guy inside of him, and then you actually could see screens of like the purple guy trying to get out. But wait a minute, I thought purple guy was dead. Yeah, but apparently in the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's, spirits can possess things. So the spirit of the purple guy is the thing that's possessing Spring Trap and killing you in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Why is that? And that's the real meat of this video. There's so many unanswered questions about this game. How many victims did the purple guy really have? Why does the toy animatronics, why do the toy animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, why do they try to kill you? Because of course, like, the kids possess the old looking ones or whatever. So why do the toy ones come at you? And then also, the guy, the creator of the game, Scott Calhorn, whatever, he said that Bonnie is like special and gives them nightmares out among all these people. Bonnie was shown to run in the first trailer of Five Nights at Freddy's. Bonnie has shown it was shown to be the first animatronic in the trailer of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Bonnie seems to be like Spring Trap seems to be the prototype of Bonnie in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. There is no Phantom Bonnie that scares you in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. The Phantom Bonnie that appears up in the 8-bit minigames looks all twisted or whatever. What's so special about Bonnie? I want to know. I mean, because this is Five Nights at Freddy's. Why is Bonnie so special?
Why am I so special?
That's another question I want to get answered. Another question I want to get answered is, like, are we going to know what happened in the original pizzeria? Because we've never played a game of Freddy Fazbear. Oh my god! Five Nights at Freddy's at the original pizzeria. I want to know what happened. Are we actually going to see how the kids died? Are we going to get the answer of their deaths? Who exactly is the purple guy? Does he have a name? Where is he from? Why did he do this? Why is he fucked up in the head? All of these questions I want to answer because the game has an insane amount of lore that is just... I crave that. I crave the information of the games and stuff. And with questions come theories. And I am working on a theory of Freddy Fazbear. I am working on a theory of Five Nights at Freddy's. So be sure to check that out. And I will hope you will partake in that when the time comes. But, like, I love Five Nights at Freddy's. Are we going to see a Five Nights at Freddy's 4? I kind of doubt that because, well, I doubt that, but at the same time, anything's possible. Because if you do get the good ending in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, then you find out that the souls of the children they're put to rest. They finally leave the costumes. They leave the animatronics of the 5 characters: Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Foxy, Chica, and Golden Freddy. So they do get put to rest, but in the nightmare ending, Fazbear's attraction burns down. So that's kind of like they get put to rest, the place gets burned down, the remains are gone, what's going on, blah 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 blah. So I mean, we gotta know what happens in the very first Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. We gotta know what happens in other pizzerias. Are there more animatronics that come to life? What happened to the toy ones? Who started the fires? What's going on with this shit? There's a lot of things that I want to know what's going on with Freddy's Fazbear Pizza 5 Nights at Goddamn Freddy's. There are so many questions and theories are coming, and I hope that Scott, that you make a Freddy's Fazbear. God damn it! 5 Nights at Freddy's 4, even though a lot of people's like, oh, they're milking it, they're overdoing it. Hey. I enjoyed these 3 games. I enjoy the lore. They are what they are. He's not charging $60 for them. They're short games. He's charging like $10, $9, $7, whatever. That's fine. He's working totally in his realm, and it's fine. Alright, a lot of people can complain about him milking and stuff. He's not overcharging. He's not charging DLC. He's not giving it in episodes or anything like that. He's making full games. He's making them by himself. So, I mean, like, that's great. Go ahead. Keep them coming. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the ride of HMK breaking out of the comfort zone and doing more videos outside of Legend of Zelda, Nintendo, Kingdom Hearts, and Super Smash Bros. But don't worry, I didn't abandon them. They're going to be my main focus no matter what. So, until next video about Five Nights at Freddy's, I've been HMK. Don't worry, a jump scare is not coming. And I'll check you guys later.